we were gonna walk all that way with the, it was close. That's what I see. I lost the seat, look.
Oh well, up on onwards here. Now, I know for a fact that I haven't really been active as I should on YouTube. And it's been almost 2 weeks since my last video. And right now I'm just clarifying a few things as the reason why I haven't been so active lately. Quite simply due to health. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually been to hospital about 2 times within a fortnight, which greatly got on my nerves, but can't argue doctor's orders, you know? Basically the first one was with flu symptoms combined with double infection in my throat, so I wasn't really able to do any speaking. But being on antibiotics and that, so yeah. Secondly, and this one actually scared me the most, which was most recent, I was in hospital due to acute, well, more severe chest pains around the heart area of my chest. I admit it wasn't fun being hooked up like a computer, but yeah. Thankfully, there's nothing wrong with my heart, nothing wrong with my lungs. Thankfully, it was only just torn muscle apparently, and heavens knows how the hell I did that. Even I haven't got a clue. But during my recovery time, I've indulged in a little bit of work, such as getting rid of the fake removable coal out of some items, such as the screen, I think it's a Sentinel lorry, and replacing it with actual coal, real fixed, rough stuff. And yeah, it's just a permanent load now. And as for this reddish brown one here, I don't know if it's a Fodden, Aveling, or Fowler, but I gave it a bit of a used coal trade look by just filling in the panel gaps with PVA glue and just putting some coal dust in there. You know, see if I can get a better look of it. There you go. Now, if you ask me, that looks far better. Plus, the panel gaps were really starting to get on my nerves. And fix my dodgy chair. Ah, golly. Speaking of coal, I've actually dug up my old Merchant Navy locomotive, which I'm thinking of getting a new one of. But it costs like $310 to get a brand new one. So, yeah, boy, that's more than what I paid for the train set I got with it with. Because if I remember right, the Pullman set I got this locomotive with only cost me about $200, no post. Yeah, $200 if I recall. And basically, to get a new locomotive, which I intend to do a body swap with, if possible, it would have to set me back just over $300. That's not smart thinking, but I do want to double head my bullets in a way where I'm sure on a heavy train the coupling won't just go like this. Pops out of its socket. I mean, that's the reason why I hate these clip type couplers. You can't put a heavy load behind them. If you do, coupler pops out. And that just gets on my nerves a lot. Oh, I don't even know why I put the tender back on. Another thing I did with this, and I'm actually quite proud of it, is I got rid of that ugly molded coal on it and put the genuine McCoy in there. So what I did basically was drill out some holes in the coal, not too close to the edge of the bunker because I don't want to damage it. And basically, with these little tiny cutters, with these little tiny wire cutters, I don't think that's helping, but well, there we go. With these little tiny wire cutters, I just cut between the holes, and yeah, just filed it out. Well, when I say filed it out, more like just wrap some sandpaper around this and just use that. But yeah, it worked. It worked. Made a whole new coal bunker out of it, out of card. That I get in turn. I gave a couple of PVA glue coats to fill in the gaps, to give it a hard shell so no glue would leak out and it's more durable. And yeah, I think it's turned out really nice. I accidentally made the bunker bigger than what I originally wanted, but the depth look of it, and I think it looks real good. I think it really does. Because I've actually been doing this with quite a lot of my stock recently, and I figure if I can plumb up the courage to do so with other locomotives I have, nearly all of my locos could end up with real coal loads, and it would actually look better. But there are some that I can't really drill out coal loads in, such as tank engines. Like, well, now I'm actually having to get it out of its box because I know how bad the camera picks up plastic. Like this. Hornby's last edition of its old school style Terriers before the new ones that came out this year took over. Now, these locomotives I actually quite like, but I'm at the whole 20 to 30 year old design proverb they've been going with sucks. And just because the focus is acting up on me, batteries must be dead. There we go. That's better. But yeah, I know there's been some, quality issues with these, as shown on Class 47 Peter and Sam's Trains. Particularly Sam's Trains. He picked up the whole issue of the pickups. But yeah, I don't give a darn if it's that minor detail thing. But if and when I can, I'm getting the brand new Hornby Terriers, and this little bugger will soon see itself up for sale. Darn shame, really, because this is a Kirby Stephen Railway livery, and I actually did have to check it online. But yeah, it's a good logo. But yeah, one of the things I'm planning to do with this is, and I actually checked the plastic mold, the ice cube, I should say, that holds it, and there's actually more than enough room in it, so I can put, well, just dabble a little PVA in the coal hopper here, put a couple of pieces of real coal in it, wait for it to dry, shake off what hasn't stuck, and yeah, hopefully it looks better. If not, I might have just ruined a locomotive I paid good money for. Oh well. But yeah, and also speaking of one of those other YouTubers that I mentioned, specifically Class 47 Peter, I actually had to remember that. Basically, he actually just, as I saw today, recently released a video showing how you can turn sound-fitted locos into, simple DC runners. And I run strictly DC. So, after watching that video, my range of locomotive buying just suddenly opened up. But yeah, first and foremost, before I buy any more locomotives, or rolling stock for that matter, or even work on the micro layout, I've got to tidy both layouts up, because while I was sick, they really became a bit neglected, and it just pains me to see them in such a bad state. It just really does. No modeler should neglect their layout, unless there's a decent reason to, I should add. But yeah, also, because I actually am surprised how well some locos I own have been running since I basically left them in storage for several months without any use, which is not really good thinking, but yeah. I mean, the most modern thing I've ever done, apart from the coal loads, is added couplers to my Pullman observation cars, which I admit improves the use greatly, but on one of them I did muck it up, so whoops. Oh well. That runs good. Okay. And also, I've been meaning to update a few things on my channel for quite some time now. Getting in camera shot for this. And actually, before I even mention it, I'll move the terrier, shut that off, so you can all hear. Okay. This is one of the big things I want to update, and damn camera. There we go. And it's actually something you, the viewers, subscribers, viewers, anyone who comments below can throw in some advice. I'm planning on updating both the opening title sequence video, which you would see at the beginning of this video, and the end title video, which you'll see at the end of this video. Now, the current opening title sequence is basically my two Great Western Haul locomotives double heading a mixed Western Southern train. And my end video, ironically, actually, has a pug in it, hauling, I think it is a couple of those tramway wag coaches that I did, which are actually old Triang four-wheel European coaches that are repainted in that. But basically, yeah. And the thing is, if you actually turn up your volume on that, you hear some vocals from an old Postman Pat episode. And I mean the real old, like Series 1, original Postman Pat. And the reason was, well, I had a little cuzzy here. He loves, yeah, I actually love the little bugger because he really likes old kid shows. He actually likes them. So that means the original Thomas series before it went all CGI and ridiculous, where physics actually came into being. So pretty much series 1 to, I don't know, 8. And Postman Pat and so on and so on. And basically, I was trying to do a bit of filming. He was egging me, so I put an episode on my computer. He watched it nice and quietly while I recorded that little bit. It's just right after I stopped filming on that, he started whinging. Kids, gotta love them. But anyway, back to the main point. I'm way off track here, no pun intended. Basically, gladly go through my all my loco reviews, all my loco review videos. I'm asking want to go through my loco review videos, and for the opening sequence, I'm thinking of going with a big train being pulled by two, maybe, or just one locomotive. But I don't know which one. I don't know which one to pick. That's the annoying bit. I don't know which one to pick. I'm leaving that up to you guys. I'm leaving... Because I've actually been talking to another YouTuber who's, if I'm honest, the subjects we go on are like chalk and cheese. Railway modelling. Him is quite a ridiculous one, if you ask me. Flat earthers. And basically, he told me something that actually made sense, which was getting involved with the audience, getting them to chip in. And yeah, that's what I'm basically doing. I hope I'm making my point, at least. Yeah. But yeah, basically, I'm asking you guys to pick the locomotives that I will use in a future opening and ending scenes. So opening title scene and the ending title scene. You guys have full range on choosing the locos, but I'm only going to throw this wee stipulation in for you guys, because you can't just pick any old locomotive. For the title sequence, it has to be a mainline locomotive, which is only fair. It has to be a big, powerful mainline locomotive. Which, I know it's kind of being a hypocrite of me, considering what my original opening title sequence was, which was a pug literally passing this, the old J70 kit. And as for the ending sequence, it has to be a tank engine. So for those who are wanting to see, beginning and end big passenger train rushing by with a heavy express, sorry guys, no. But as I said, I'm thinking mainline service for the beginning sequence, so it can be passengers, express, freight. And yeah, for the end, yeah, tank engines, passenger, freight, mixed trains, whatever. I mean, that should at least get some interest in. I hope, anyways. And also gives me more time to clean up the dang layout. Because right now, it looks like no one's touched it in months. And I'm not joking, just for that bit with the Merchant Navy, I had to spend at least a good hour or so cleaning the track, cleaning the loco's wheels, cleaning the coach's wheels. Because it's a light up coach, so yeah. I'm not joking. Oh yeah. What is it? It's April. Okay. So, let me think. Oh yeah, possible, and I say, okay, big thing coming up this month in April. On the 27th and 28th of this month, which is a weekend. So if you're viewing this in the UK, it'll be the 26th and 27th. Timeline wise, if it's 27th here, it's the 26th for you guys. I know, international dateline and time zones, oi, it's a pain in the backside. But anyways, back to the point. Man, those handiworks got me chatty. Basically, it's a Lego brick show. Now, I'm probably guessing you're all thinking, wait, Lego bricks? What's that got to do with railways? Be fair, Lego have actually developed some very nice looking train sets. And at last year's model show in my hometown, the Lego group actually showed up with a working roller coaster, which, like an idiot, I did not record. I guess I was too amazed at how nice it looked, and stumped of how it actually flipping works. I mean, it must have taken the guy who built it a year to do so, or at least several months, because that is very intricate. It is intricate. Anyhow, basically, the people who do the Lego show contacted the model group I'm with and asked us if we could run trains to help entertain the kids. So, depending on how it goes, you may or may not see a video of what's going on at the Lego show. Who knows? But, you know, as a kid, only two things really caught my interest. Whoops. Forgot hand gestures in the UK. Only two things caught my interest as a kid. One was model trains, which stuck with me for years and years and years. Another thing, which I'm sad to say I gave up on yonks ago, was Lego. Namely because, have you ever trod on one barefoot? Hurts like hell. But anyway, it should be a good show. Should be a good show. And yeah, I know this is the first video I've brought out in nearly 2 weeks. And I know I should be doing better, but hands are tied, I'm afraid. Hands are tied. I really can't do much. But I promise you all, I promise all you viewers, all you subscribers, anyone who watches my videos, I promise you guys, I will have a running session video for you all to watch before the month is over. I just hope I can keep that promise. Oh well, only one way to find out. And trying to think what else was there to say. It's kind of funny. You have it all planned out, next thing you know, you forget. Talk about a kick in the backside. Oh yes. Apart from the whole you guys pick what's gonna be my new intro and exit videos, I'm also thinking of doing a possible giveaway. I haven't fully committed to the idea yet, so the guys don't even, bombard with comments about what's going to be in the giveaway, what's going to be in the giveaway. I haven't fully committed to the idea, so relax. It's just something on my mind. But actually, one thing I'm thinking of as adding towards the main layout, once I get scenery and that done, is, kind of nice, which would be, I've got a bit of polystyrene here, which I'm going to paint up, turn it into a memorial block as a war memorial, and probably put on lots of poppies and that around it. Only fair. But yeah, also, for those who have been watching on Facebook pages, such as Model Rail Network, and alright, this is going to be interesting. The Model Railway YouTubers community group. For those who, keep track of what's going on in there on those pages, I'm currently trying to figure out the whole tunnel system for my micro layout. But I've also just had an interesting thought, which is, why have the narrow gauge at ground level with the track? And I'm just going to raise it up a bit, but before I can do any of that at all, annoyingly, I have to get myself some plaster. I don't have any plaster to use on my layouts. Purely because I didn't realize I would have to use it Is that autofocus acting up again? Son of a gun. I hate it when it does that. But yeah. So main things to look out for on this channel is well, upcoming new running session video, which will be out before the month's over. That is a promise I intend to keep. Other thing is possible new intro and exit video, thanks to you guys saying what locomotives you want, and and for those who are part of the Model Rail Network and YouTube's community group pages, I'll put a poll. No, not a poll really. I'll actually put up a discussion on what locos I should pick, what should be used, for it. That way, a bit of equal balance between you, the viewers, and my friends in the modelling groups. Yeah, should be alright. Personally, I might try something out with my Bullard locomotives, because recently been having a bit of a play with the Merchant Navy, the West Country, and the Q1. Primarily with the Pullman coaches. Because while I was working on the tender for the Merchant Navy, I was just messing around with the Light Pacific and Q1 on a Pullman service, which ended up being 11 coaches. No. Pullmans are called cars. 11 cars long. I know Pullmans were originally American, but even in Europe and in the UK, they should be called coaches. But that's just my opinion. Either way, I'm thinking of getting more Pullmans, if and when I can. Hopefully the light-up ones, which are a bit more expensive, but they're worth it in the long run. Speaking of rolling stock, I just remembered. A fair while ago, I promised a rolling stock review. Okay, that's another one to look out for when the month's over. A rolling stock review. I'm not going to say what it is yet, and I'm promising you it is not going to be about a shunter's truck. I've seen Sam's Trains do it, I've seen other YouTubers do it, and I'm just thinking, it's just a bit of extra rolling stock for when you want to shunt the yard. What sort of big yup about? It's just a shunter's truck. Oh well, anyway, basically the review video I'll do is on coaches. Sound fair with everyone? Good. But yeah, nothing wrong with a good review video on something as simple as coaches. Dead easy, depending if the couplers actually behave, because I got a few that act up on me. I don't know why I was even looking down there. The boxes full of rolling stocks right over there. I was looking at the micro layout. What the heck? Also, might see returning old locomotives on future videos. Locomotives I haven't shown for quite a long time, such as my Grizzly Pacifics, the V2, LMS Crab, the Class 2 Ivet, and so on and so on. Because I actually do have there's a shelf behind me, just letting you know, there's a shelf behind me under the double table that has locomotives in it, and I'm just looking. There's actually a good 5 boxes there. So yeah, should be good. Now, I better cut the video short here, otherwise I'll probably go on for another hour or so. And that is not good publicity, nor is it good for entertainment. So, this is a very talkative, upward and onwards, saying, thank you all very much for watching. Take care.